down a little bit. And we're going to get to it. Give me just a little bit more time and I will be right back. All right. What's going on, everybody? So, Chart Talk, 8 p.m. every single day. We're going to be hanging out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn down the freaking music. First thing I want to do is I want to go over the trade that we looked at or that we called out today. We're going to do that every day first. Review are the trades. And it's going to be quick. So we called out a Euro USD buy. So let's go ahead and get this into all the right pair. Okay. So we were on EU. Here we go. And I have these set up, basically the lower time frames on the top, higher time frames on the bottom. And so what we were looking at is, let's make this full screen here. We should all be able to see, shall be able to hear. What we were looking at is how the market's been in the uptrend. Okay. Daily, you can see the uptrend. 4 hour, you can see the uptrend. On the 1 hour, you can see the sidewaysness that made this trade a B. We gave it a B grade. But on the 15-minute, and you can see it on the 1 hour as well, really. But on this 15-minute time frame over here to the left is really what we're looking at. We had this break of structure in a very bullish market. And then we get a retracement. So once we saw the ABC retracement, that gave us a little bit more confidence in the possibility for this to move to the upside. And of course, it just barely missed. So we went long here at the 78.6 with the limit order. The stop right below here. This is a trade that we sent out at least. And it just, you can see, just barely missed this by, let's count the pips. 35 and 29. So a 6-pip miss, basically. It's all good. So just to review that, you're going to see the repetition of how our trades look. You're going to see an impulse. You're going to see a ABC type correction, or you're going to see, if it would have done this, it would have been very much the same type of vibes. And then you're going to see some divergence. And you're going to see some manipulation. So today just wasn't the day for that. I want to look at this real quick to see what I might be seeing on the dollar. What up, AB? I see you. What up, Cole? I got the chat open over here on my other screen. Say what's up to my homies. So what I'm seeing now, we can go to the daily to the bottom right real quick. And it's showing that we are respecting the month of January's point of control. So we're above that volume level. If we would have broke below it yesterday, I would have thought, maybe we have a chance to come to the downside. But you see the fake out up here on the 1 hour. That was a fake move that broke yesterday's low. And now we're pretty much erasing all the way back up to that. So that was this wick that you see right here on the daily. And then on the 4 hour, it really barely missed the level that we were looking at. And so we're not going to anticipate it to drop now. We were hitting it. We were looking for it to hit this level and then go up. If it was going to drop, the price action would be a lot more bearish. The volume would be a lot more bearish as well. We're kind of picking up on the bullish volume. So there's really no trade for EU tomorrow unless this market starts to go to the upside here and really break this high and win it, or at least get really close to it. Build some type of liquidity right here in this area for people to either think it's going to drop or just start shorting it before it drops, because that will build liquidity for it to possibly move up. Say it does this. Okay, then it makes a move like this. Okay, if it comes back into this area where we had this manipulation yesterday, it's a possibility that we could see a move to the upside. So I want to mark kind of this, that's the candle that manipulated. It's just kind of these lows that got manipulated pretty clean. So I'm just going to mark that off right there. And if the market comes back into that, that's an opportunity. I might look to take this to the upside. Now, what do I really want to see? I want to see this form some more divergence and then just crash. That's ultimately what I want. On the daily time frame, it's over here in this area where it has just, it's fallen a whole bunch before. It came in and tapped this. It was an open monthly point of control. Okay, and you can see on the daily, it has kind of respected it, but it's starting to break above it. The volume is very low. The divergence is heavy on the daily and on the 4 hour here. So this wave right here on the daily is this 4 hour wave here. And then this wave on the 1 hour, if this price comes up and breaks these highs, but it doesn't break this high of this wave on the MACD, that will be another sign of divergence. It's already kind of starting to give me some volume divergence as it's moving up. This volume is not really there with it. So we'll be watching for EU to either make a fake move up and then drop, or come into this level from yesterday over here and then make that fake move. It's a sketchy area for EU. I'd rather just wait, to be honest. If I'm looking for a sniper entry off my divergence setup, it would probably be around 1.09856. So I'm going to mark this off. Then I'm going to look to the left over here and see if there's some volume or anything. Okay. You know, if it gets there, what it's doing is just taking this liquidity out to the left right here, coming into that. But I would just expect a correction. I'm waiting for, I want to make this clear. I'm waiting for structure to shift on EU, like in a big way, which would, the first area of major structure for me is going to be this swing low. And let's see if that looks good on the 4 hour. This swing low here. So yeah, technically I would rather it break this whole zone down there. Right here, this whole zone, that would be better. Just because that's a better zone right here on the 4 hour as well. So it's a lot of waiting for sure. But once EU finally starts to break down here, then pullbacks to the downside will look better. But for now, any move down, to me, that doesn't break here is probably just a fake move and a good opportunity for buys. Just like today, we almost caught that great opportunity for the buy. So expecting EU to go up. I'm not finding any entries on it because I'm not about to short right into this support. But I mean, if my bias is incorrect, the next level is way up here, which is a pretty good level. Let me throw some volume up on here. And get some more price into it to compare it with. Yeah, so it really has it coming way up here if it slips this area. But check this out, with all the volume that we have on the chart, the most to the right, the most area of volume is down here. And that is a good amount of ways down. I think that's right here. Yeah. So here's what we're really looking for. If the price comes all the way down into here on the 4 hour, that's probably a buying opportunity. So it would just be a correction. And that would be a beautiful move. A, B, C into here. And then we would look for this to start to make an uptrend again. All right. Let's look at some US 30. And I like to look at the Dow. Today, we're kind of just going to analyze a little bit. We usually do some back testing. I'll probably end up looking at everything because that's just how I do things. But our main focuses are going to be on US 30, or are going to be on EU and US 30. All right. So that ended up playing out off the 78.6 from pretty much the same time of day and same swing as earlier. But let's go ahead and remove everything. All right. So on the daily over here, you can see it's starting to range in a way. It's really not, obviously it was bullish since I would say October. It kind of put in this last low right here, and then it hasn't really had a bad, scary, crazy attempt to that low in a while. It just started going sideways for a couple months. Let's say 1, 2, and this would be the third month that it started going sideways. It was that month of October that just went hard. Pause. And then I would say it's looking just sideways. You know what I'm saying? It's not in a good spot to super call a trade. If I had to bring something out, you know, this looks a little more Wyckoff-ian to me, as in just then we get a big sign of strength out and we get the last sign of supply. And I think this, you know, we could start to see that. And I see that pretty clearly, but with it being sideways, I don't like that either. I guess you either figure out what you want to trade or you don't. And right now, to me, I just don't want to mess with this downside yet. What I would like to see to mess with the downside more. Let's see. Because this is somewhat of a pattern that I like to look for. The rally base rally or drop base drop. And then this area is usually a good area that the market comes back into and trades off of the base of that. So what I want to see is this here. Okay, so 78.6 is that blue line up there. And you know, if the market gets up there, I would have to definitely weigh my options. And here's a good example. There's a lot of volume sitting, and you can see the volume profile of that last week. And there is a good little chunk right here, but you can really see it in these 2 days. So this is a full day and this is a full day. And the volume is sitting just right here at 34.50 of the futures chart. And this is almost 34.50. So 34.50 over here is right here. So there's a good amount of volume sitting right there. I think it's a good shot if price gets there. We have seen some rejection a little bit higher. The volume isn't telling me much that it wants to continue up or down, so it's not a good read on the volume. What I would need to see for a bunch of confirmation, or not a bunch, but just something to feel secure about this, if it was a limit order, I would want, let me draw this fib on the 1 hour too. I don't know why why they're not drawing sync in layout. Oh, okay, so the fib really that I want to play off of is 34. Okay, so a little higher. All right, what I would need to see, and it would be tough for me because in the morning, I would hope that this high doesn't break yet, so we can take advantage of a move to the upside on a breakout, because people are going to be shorting right here heavy. And then when the market gets into this area, that's the first area of supply you really want to watch for. And really the first area is right in this bad boy. This could really do a fake move up and then drop tomorrow. I really see that happening. So I got to watch out for that. Let me delete this. Put this volume over here too, 3450. Yeah, this volume profile is screaming that this thing has a lot of resistance coming in right here. And with the fib right here, this is a 78.6 fib. I'm liking this possibility for this to drop. And it kind of does have somewhat of a correctional look to it. It's definitely going slower than it fell. It fell a lot faster. Volume on the correction is actually decreasing, I think. This is increase on the way down, decrease on the way over here. Let me see this. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. I don't know if I want to put a limit order there just because it's pretty big swing trade. But if I do put a limit order, it's going to be at the 78.6. And that makes me really think that if it comes down, that this is an opportunity as well to take it right into that. So yeah, that makes sense. Huh. So there'll be a lot of plays, I think, tomorrow on the S&P or the Dow. Let me just look at the other ones real quick. Ooh, a little bit of a rejection off of the, dang. No one even said nothing about this. All right, so hold up. NASDAQ has been leading the way a little bit past couple days. It's already hit the 78.6 fib on the daily. It's starting to make a push down already off. And so keep in mind, it's already hit the 78.6. The way that it hit it though, okay, perfectly right here with the after taking out these highs. So there was this manipulation and then the drop. So tomorrow, if price has not gotten into this yet, this is kind of a good setup opportunity to take this to the downside. I think we'll have to watch and see how it corrects. Also, if this if this comes down into this area right here, this is a buying opportunity. So I think I'm not 100% sold on this just tanking yet. So we'll see how this gets into that area. So watching for that. Let's see how this one looks. Similar-ish. They put in some dojis, and this put in less of a doji, more of like it wants to come up one more time. So that's weird. This guy's double topping. These are the smaller cap stocks. Okay. Let's go to the VIX. And the VIX still does not want to go up yet, I don't think. So that's interesting. Let's change this again. 15, 1 hour, 4 hour gold. Let's see. Gold is not my favorite, but it hasn't really changed much. It's been grinding up ever so slightly coming into this 78.6 fib. So it's probably going to get there since it's almost there. I'm not going to try to only way I'll short it is if it really breaks structure on some of its like crazy gold move stuff. But it has the divergence. The momentum is definitely starting to slow down. The 4 hours diverging, the 1 hours diverging, everything is diverging, but since it's going so slow, your indicator isn't going to be able to pick that up really. That is where the human discretion comes in, and you have to know that. So everyone's seeing the divergence on gold is probably going to it's going to continue to probably push through the highs, get all the liquidity, and then come back and just chill a little bit. You got to really wait for it to make a super bearish move. And this is not a super bearish move because it didn't break structure. You got to wait for the big breaks. Because all it did probably came back in, and I mean, this almost hit the 78.6. This probably hit the 78.6. Yeah. So wait on gold to break structure. I'm going to delete these lines. The structure I would wait for. I mean, bare minimum, you got to wait for this 15-minute structure, which is the 1 hour technically. And then here's another area you want to wait for probably, which if it comes any lower than this in respects, it just hit a very important area. So, sometimes you just want to wait for big snaps and just find something else you want to trade, or look for the upside. The upside on this has room to the 78.6 all the way to 1982. So that's 40 points. I mean, still a good ways up. So if we get a big impulse that erases some divergence, then I'll be here for it. But even on the 15-minute, it's like the past 4 days, it hasn't even 5 days. I don't know. This is kind of odd. I don't see it a lot. So that we could see gold reverse. We just really need to wait on it. And it's either going to reverse or it's going to make a freaking pop to the upside, because in these moments it's where the liquidity gets built. And that's why that's why patterns are created. Patterns are created to get liquidity on both sides of the market, because without the liquidity, you're not going to be able to move a market, any market, period. And so they build these type of patterns to get all different types of traders to get into the market. Of course, gold traders are going to be trading it. But like other liquidity comes into the market too. And then there's probably going to be some type of a big move soon on gold. Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh, That was good. Sweet tea. All right, so here's what's about to happen. Just kidding. But really, Bitcoin's in an interesting spot. What is this? Bitcoin's in an interesting spot. Obviously, it came into, and I'm on the CME futures. It came into this level here of volume that has been just chilling, that has not got tapped. It didn't get tapped technically, but it got really close. You can see that on the 4 hour, it got really close. It broke structure, that's for sure. It broke this high and this high. And the 50 EMA on the daily is it just got obliterated. So I don't know what the 200 looks like. That's another important one if anyone cares about moving averages. So if you think we're bullish, you're incorrect. That's just all I gotta say. Because this 200 moving average, as much as I don't care about moving averages, if I'm going to care about one moving average, it's either the 50 or the 200. And this is still bearish as long as it remains under this. So we can kind of look at this a little bit further. And in a bull market, we are above this 200 EMA all day. And then in a bear market, we'll slip under it. We'll slip under it. We don't have enough data on this chart for it, but you can see how in the bear market of 2018, we were under it and we were under it and we were under it. And not till we broke above it were we in a bull market. So right now, hey, we could be right in that spot where this might be breaking out. But I think we're getting close to a downside move. I want to show this real quick. Give me 1 second. Parabolic wave examples. Okay. Thought I saw one. Almost. Okay, parabolic trading. All right, here we go. This is what I want to look at. Okay, so you see, this is what a parabolic move will look like. You'll have 1 base, 2 base, 3 base. And then right here, a lot of people usually think this is like where it's done. But in this phase, it's where it can like go crazy. And then there's a big sell-off. So let's go look at Bitcoin. And this is honestly a better way to look at it. This is how it kind of looks in real life, in my opinion. I guess it's the same thing, but this just looks better to me. So Bitcoin, let's look at it. Let's look at it on a couple different time frames, obviously. I'm going to zoom all the way out on the 1 hour. I'm going to zoom all the way out on the 15-minute over here. I'm going to zoom all the way out on the 4 hour. And not all the way out on the 4 hour. And then daily, obviously, we're not seeing the pattern on the daily. You'll see the pattern on the daily, like over here, where it will create these like bases and then run up a base, run up, a base and it doubles in price. Okay, so that's kind of like what I'm starting to see on Bitcoin. I don't know or care if this is the bottom or top anymore. It's not, it's irrelevant. To me, I'm just analyzing. Okay. To me, this has a very good look that this is a parabolic move. And it's either a parabolic move or this thing is about to crash. And I'm trying to figure out where the top of the parabolic move is. So, number one, there's major impulse on the daily that broke structure. So I'm thinking, yes, this could be a big move coming in, or it's at this 50 or 200 EMA and we're about to crash heavy after a big fake impulse. Number two, we got this 4-hour over here, and now the momentum is suggesting that we're getting ready to cool off. Usually there's going to be 3 waves of divergence before a major reversal. Not always, but usually. The 50 EMA on the 4-hour, and that's not a 50 EMA, that's a secret. I do believe if this is going to continue bullish, that this 50 EMA on the 4-hour will hold as support. I do believe that. And now I want to add, let's see, can I copy in? No, you can't paste. Okay, let me just add, ooh, I can do it like this, I think. Add indicator. EMA here. And then let's do it 200. I don't know why it's doing that. Whatever. So a 200 moving average is all the way down here. Why did it do me like that, yo? I need to do that again. Let's do 2 different moving averages. That's 2 different MACDs. Go back. I just want to see something real quick. Because I used to use, it's not going to give me the moving averages. There we go. 50 and the 200. Same chart. Okay, 200 yellow. And we get this. This is what they call the golden cross right here. And that's one of the most bullish signs in trading. And that's why this is like the daily still in a very much bearish market, because this ain't, the bullish cross has not even gotten close to happening. But this is just an extremely bullish sign. I'm not about to put it on all the charts, but they have definitely happened on all of the lower time frames, not this one at all. So if this is going to continue up, I need to figure out how this is going to move. Number one, we have divergence. I'm thinking it's definitely, let's look at this volume. We have a lot of volume sitting right here. And then there is basically none until all the way down. Oops. Oh, TradingView got fancy. I can move this stuff all the way around now. Let's make the daily the smallest. Dang, this is crazy. So the daily's over here. We know what the daily's doing. It ain't moving much. And we know that it's not gonna. Wow, TradingView, congratulations. You are my favorite forever now. And then we also know that the 15-minute, no, I'll just keep that like that. Whatever, it's fine for my eyes. Make this a little bigger. Okay, so yeah, this daily, I don't think or 4-hour, I don't think this 4-hour is gonna correct more than this. So this is what we're going to look at for the big. And this volume lines up perfectly here. You can see it on the 15-minute here with this volume profile here. And if it fails, it's falling straight through. So that's fine with me. There's more volume right here, confirming it on the 1 hour. So this looks like a good move as long as it gets there pretty cleanly. I think it'll be nice. Let's change the 200 on this. I want to see. I believe the 200 is the same as this on the data, so I'm not going to look at it. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty clean opportunity. Now, I want to get back to saying what I was saying about the parabolic move, though. We have base, rally, base, rally, base, rally, base. 4 impulses. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. These could have been the last 2, is what I'm thinking, possibly. And that would suck if I try to buy now. And these were the last 2 pushes. So let's look at it over here. And let's put the 1 hour. Yeah. You know, because we have this move here. And then it said, really did say, yeet. Yeet. Is that it? Dang, son. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have one more push? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's saying there's one more push, huh? Let's count the bases. This is interesting. So this is good stuff right here. We have and this is where it kind of it could almost get a little discretionary right here, but I'm calling it like I see it. Let's delete these, and to me it looks like we have a base here. And let's make this white and make this see-through. 1. This would be the second one. 2. I can tell you this is definitely one up here. One, 2. And you know, it really you could probably make a case for one of these being one, but they're not very big. It just kind of stalled and went. This is probably one though. But these are a lot bigger, right? You see how much bigger these bases are? I'm not going to try to act like these are a base. This is just a move. Boom. And you see how much bigger we got base 1 and base 2 don't produce that big of a move. After base 3, there's a big move. Base 1 doesn't produce much. Base 2 doesn't produce much. After base 3, there's a big move. I don't know. It's not picture perfect, but it's definitely something to look for. I'm going to wait for one more push. I'm going to play it. I'm going to be interested in one more push to the downside, looking for this 200 EMA to hold. So I'll even put an alert here at the 200. Crossing the 200. Okay, and then Ethereum should look as similar, so I'm not going to go into it, but oh, Ethereum's already here. So it would be interesting to see if that was the top of it. Gapped like a mother. It'd be very interesting to see if that is the top of the parabolic move. And with Ethereum being here already, that must mean, well, this will give us a clear indication, because if this slips any lower, it's coming all the way down here. And if that's the case, then that's the blow off top of this parabolic curve. And we will see a downside pricing to the cryptos. So we'll see if like I said, it's already showing pressure to the downside with that type of break. So that's very interesting. Let's see if we can go into some other cryptos and what they're looking like. Are we getting some bears stepping in at all? Do any of the other ones look threatened? Let's change this back to the 4-hour. All right. Yes. Binance Coin looks possible, like it wants to come back under that 200. Same with whatchamacallit, XRP, but it did have a nice little break right here with high volume. It just got instantly taken back over. ADA with a big drop. If this is a bullish market, these are literally just perfect pullbacks to buy from. But I'm a little concerned. Solana. This is another one that has almost perfect look to it for the parabolic. And at the top of the parabolic patterns, there's always going to be divergence every time. That is a fact. Man, this would be wild. Everyone was talking about the bullish moves on the cryptos, and now they're all sitting at these levels where they could drop. Doge, we don't care about Doge. Matic with the, or Polygon, sorry, Polkadot with the divergence on this move too. I could see one more move up though to complete the big rising wedge, right? Because that's ultimately what you want to see if you're seeing this as a reversal pattern. You want to see this type of play. You can just bring this down, copy and paste it, bring it right down. Parallel channel type thing. Come down a little bit more, and then that'll probably be the end of it. Matic, I want to see, because this was, ooh, yeah, this was a stronger one, but it looking weak now. If this breaks, we have big room to the upside, all the way to like $1.15, but looking bearish. Looks like some distribution, and just this is incoming. And that sucks for people who just get FOMO and buy because markets do some things. That does suck. Stellar, same thing. It's look, man, these are looking bearish. Not just bearish, like my mind is too quick for this. Sometimes I'm way early, but I can almost feel the market is done. So look, this move right here, I think it's a potential for a breakout to the downside. because first of all, on the daily, we get very good price action. It's stalling out. I think if it breaks any lower, we're coming all the way down into this level. We get very clean price action. So it's all the way to 21.5K is going to be the target to the downside. And this is a straight up trade idea. If it fakes here and then doesn't end up falling to 21.5 and it just does this and hits my stop loss and then it really takes off, then I'm going to probably look for a buy the other way up into this next area over here. Like 25K. And really probably somewhere before that. Let's see if there's any volume over here. No, there's not. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just take it into that high. Like 25K. Boom. 24-ish, 24.5, something like that. And it's that it's really that easy on Bitcoin, and it might happen tonight. So if you want to wait up for that, go ahead, be my guest. I'll be waiting for New York session. And what I will need to see to confirm with this to either drop or pop is the dollar will need to look pretty. So the DXY is going to need to do something fun. Now, this is where it gets really good, because if the DXY's floor falls out, then Bitcoin's going to freaking pop. But we have the dollar doing a fake move to the downside and then dropping and then coming back up. So we have the dollar coming into this level right here. Well, this is what we wanted it to do, respect in this level and then come down into this weekly point of control. And then once it gets in here, we wanted to make this move. If it does that, Bitcoin is literally going to do a fake move up. And then, is this breaking already? What chart was I on? Well, it already looks like it's breaking on Bitcoin, to be honest, now that I'm like zoomed out a little bit. There should be a smooth move down to 21.5K. I like a smooth move. And I don't know how I didn't see that earlier. That's okay. And that's probably where this 50 EMA is going to be. But we would need to see the dollar kind of rise a little bit for it to do that. So I'm not really in favor of the dollar rising. Maybe to like just, yeah, I mean, yeah, the dollar could easily come up to here and then drop. So that's something else. All right, so that's probably it for me tonight. Unless anyone has anything else for me to look at. Tomorrow, AB is going to be on. We're going to be able to chat it up a little bit more. He's busy tonight, so it's all good. No worries. So oil, kind of ugly. It did put in a nice bearish pattern though. So you might want to anticipate oil doing a little thing like this based off the daily's candlesticks. I'll put an alert. Because it did come into this bearish level on the daily, respected this and made this bearish pattern. And now we are. It's holding this 50 EMA though. And is it kind of sideways down here? Yeah, it's a little too sideways for me to care about EMAs. That's another thing that your mentor forgot to teach y'all. When the market is sideways, you do not want to use an EMA. Just go ahead and get rid of them when it's sideways. Okay, let's see. This is actually, I'm glad I just randomly clicked on this. Really good looking setup. UJ, ugly, U-Chef, tempting but ugly. AU, very much a stop loss if I would have played it. Just keeps going. Cool. Okay, GU. Here's a play for tomorrow. All right. The pound came into this area and it looks like it's rejecting. When we go on to the 4 hour, you can see the price action of the rejection. And we had divergence on the daily. We have divergence on the 4 hour, divergence on the 1 hour. There was divergence everywhere. And so the market finally kind of maybe put in a little distribution and starting to correct bare minimum, starting to fall a little bit. Now, you can see it on the 1 hour. We have barely breaks this high, just barely. And then it kind of forms this range, and then we break out the range. So failing to make a new high and then making a new low, this pattern is a structure shift. You can really see it really cleanly on the 15-minute. So we have a 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a really clean shift of structure. If we get this move right here on GU, then that's a short all day long. All day long. And we would want the dollar to go down a little bit and then up again. So this is kind of going against our bias. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We want the dollar to go down first and then up. Well, way down and then up, not just this much. Okay, the yen looks so interesting. I think it has a chance to start to make this move up. So we need to look at selling UJ. If UJ comes into this level of manipulation, I think this is a good shot. Starting to flag out a little bit, come in there, drop. Let's look at some of the other yens. Forex. Bearish plays. Okay, perfect. GJ has a really good bearish setup. It rejected this 50 EMA, 200 EMA, whatever it is, doesn't even matter. And now on the 4 hour, it didn't necessarily break structure because this would be kind of your structure point here. Let's say on the 1 hour, it might have broken a little bit of structure here. And then on the 15-minute, you can really tell that it broke like trend, pattern, structure, all that. So this would be a 15-minute to 1 hour play. So you can expect it to happen tomorrow, happen or not. You know what I'm saying? It's either going to hit your stop or not, or TP, whatever. You know, I might play this. It's flagging out. If it gets into the 78.6 and it drops again, I can see that happening. Let's go to some other yens. This one's too bullish looking. This will probably make a fake move up and then drop. So watch for that pattern. If it does that, you can see that there's still just a little bit more room to go on the 4 hour for this. On the daily as well, this is just a zone that it's gone to twice. So it has like 100 more pips to go up. AJ, the Aussie is too bullish, so just watch out for that. It just doesn't want to stop yet. Once this could be a fake move because I'm seeing less volume on this move. So right here, there's less volume there than there is on almost this whole like area over here, except like on these tiny ass dips where there's nothing. But on an area where there's new highs or new lows, you should see more volume. And now we're making new highs and we're getting less volume. So watch for that to turn around. CAD, JPY is ugly, and so is that. So I'm gonna just do this because I'll never, ever trade those a day in my life. Let me look at EG because it's been moving. All right, EG is probably something to look at. Tough. All right. Probably just take it all the way up. Okay. Let's see if there's any volume over here. Yes, there is right there. Okay, we're at some interesting volume on this year. Four hour. So it's really a 4 hour fib that we're looking at from a 15-minute perspective up here. And I'm seeing this divergence starting to really kick in. You can see it on the 1 hour. Can't see it on the 4 hour. So that could be bad. But the divergence lines up perfectly with the 78.6. So what I'm going to do is put an alert here. All right. That's a pretty good looking setup, to be honest. EA. I was looking for this to reject off the 78.6 and move bullish, and it has not quite yet. But this is very interesting because this is also breaking the lows on this 1 hour, breaking these lows, and the volume is just not really there. And it's coming into this daily 50 EMA. So I could see it coming just a little bit lower and then rejecting like right here. There's 1 hour divergence. This is probably a fake out on, yeah, I mean, look at this. There's no volume on that 4 hour break. So watch this to reverse. Watch that to reverse, which means GA could reverse. I was looking for this to turn around as well. It did not. This is breaking this important low, though. I would watch out for, I would stay away from GA, actually. This one looks little bit more downside-ish. Doesn't have near as much as no divergence. Stay away from that one. GCAD should just get taken off my list, right? Yeah. All right, that's pretty much it for me, guys. I appreciate everyone for coming on, watching, getting on the chart talk. We'll be on every night, checking out the markets, calling out shots. You already know we'll be sending trades still, so y'all keep up with those. We barely missed that one today. It's all good. It's probably gonna go hit freaking TB4, but whatever. All right, take care of y'all. Have a good one.